All right, guys, well, let's go ahead and get this party started here. I definitely want to respect your time. We've got about 53 minutes or so. Let me introduce this special guest here real quick. So Sekou runs a multi-million-dollar real estate team in New Jersey with more than 300 deals a year. He has trained over 70,000 agents worldwide on how to generate more deals, leading to billions in production. Get ready to learn how to do a deal a day, no matter what's happening in the market. So without further ado, my good friend, Sekou.
What's up? What's up?
Bring the fire, baby. Let's go. The floor is yours, baby. Tear it up.
Listen, guys, I'm not bringing a lot of energy to this call because this is just how I am every single day. You can ask anybody that knows me. This is how we roll and we rock and roll. I want to start this off with one of my wins, Pat. So exactly what I did, what I'm going to share with you all, I generated a $975,000 deal from nothing. This is exactly what I'm going to share with you guys. I did it this week, just this last week. It's a person inside of my friends list. I referred the deal. I'm going to make probably about 20 grand off of a text message, guys. So let's start this by saying I'm gonna jump over all of the other stuff and we can get into the bona fides later. I'm gonna just kind of talk to you guys like you guys are my friends. So every once in a while I'll shout out a name or something like that, like Veronica Lopez or Brian Edwards or something like that. I'm gonna shout it off. I'm gonna try to do Nydia. Is that Nydia Montes? Did I say that right?
Nydia Montanez.
Nydia Montanez, what's up? So I go for the names that are not necessarily John and Joe to shout out because I want to be corrected. Write this down. And I tell you guys to write stuff down all the time. You'll hear me say, hey, write this down. I might even say, write this shit down. I don't know if this is all right to curse on this, but if I know Pat, I know that every once in a while an F-bomb is dropped. So
the floor is yours, baby. This is your time.
So I want you to write this down. I talk to everyone as if I already know them. I talk to everyone in an assumed relationship. We speak as if we've known each other forever. What up, Sean? Is it Metters? Did I say that right?
Yes, sir. Metters is right.
Metters, let's go, let's grow. So with a name like Sekou Pyle, I am always asking people to correct me on their name. So this is what I want you to write down. The correction technique is the strongest relationship builder you can muster. The correction technique is the strongest relationship builder you can muster. So if I ask John Lincoln, if that's how he pronounces his name, even if it's silly for me to be like, everyone knows Lincoln, and he's going to take great joy in saying, yes, you said it right, or no, you say it like Metters, or this, that, and the other thing. You create rapport. Thank you. You create rapport through questions that they can get right 100% of the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they're going to correct you. If I was to say, instead of saying Nydia, if I say, is it Nydia, right? Nydia is going to be like, no, it's Nydia. And she's going to correct me. She's going to do this. But she's going to like correcting me because I took the time to ask the question. So just start this whole conversation off about how to build a deal a day, how to put a contract together every single day, how to make sure that you are moving your market no matter what your market is doing by this simple premise. You ready? You ready? If you're making statements, it's about you. If you're asking questions, it's about them. If you're making statements, it's about you. If you're asking questions, it's about you, about them. Guess what? It doesn't matter what the question is. It does not matter what the question is. As long as you're asking questions, you're making it about them. Do me a favor, y'all, always make it about them. Is that fair enough? All right. While I'm doing this, it's okay to ask me questions. Just follow whatever the rules are for the call to get the questions in. If you want to raise your hand, whatever, I'm going to acknowledge it. I'll let Pat acknowledge it. If I don't see it, if you want to put a question into the chat or something like that, it's fine with me. You cannot interrupt me. I am a buffalo, okay? I am just going to run into the storm. I'm going to take it head on. If you disagree with me, it's okay to do that as well. You can put in the chat. You can make mention. You raise your hand and be like, dude, that doesn't work for me. I don't know. I don't have enough friends. I already said I told the folks that was here earlier I wasn't going to repeat that. So don't worry about that. I'm not telling nobody else. So here it goes. I put together a deal a day no matter what. I'm going to do a few things that that I'm going to express myself in a way that is going to talk about my process and my systems. I heard somebody say that they put a system together. As your coach, I'm gonna ask permission to coach you all for the next 40 minutes, right? As your coach, I consider your process different from your system. The word system to me equals people. Let me say that again. The word system equals people. So my KV core, my follow-up, all of that stuff, all of that is process for me. That's just when you meet me. If Pat was to meet me today in a deal transactional activity, he will go through my process. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 48. All of that is process. The people that he interacts with in that process is my system. Does that make sense to y'all? Yep. All right, so I'm just doing a little housekeeping here, a little vernacular for me. So as your coach, when I talk process, I'm talking programs, I'm talking apps, I'm talking spreadsheets, I'm talking, applications and all of that. And as system, I'm talking Brian handles all of my such and such. Nidia answers all of the questions around X. Sean shows my properties in Y. Like that's my system, all right? Does that make sense? All right, great. I make 200 contacts a day, every day, no matter what. I make 200 contacts a day, no matter what, every single day. Brian, it's not that big of a deal. I used to think it was a big deal to make 200 contacts. It's really not that big of a deal. I make 20 contacts just getting out of the damn Starbucks. Okay?
Yes.
So let's just define a contact, a lead, appointment, and a conversion into a contract. All right? Let's do that really quickly so we could do that little housekeeping. A contact for me is any living, breathing adult human I communicate with. There you go. There's the full measure of a contact for me. All right. If I give a call to a for sale by owner and that for sale by owner answers the phone, tell me go fuck myself, that is a great contact. I know there's another person on the other end of the line. Okay. The contact is in context, the most important part of the machine because it is the fuel for the machine. Okay. So I cannot do anything else in my business if I'm not doing this fundamental thing of making contacts. So you have one job, Ronald. You have one job every day as a real estate agent. I wonder if you guys know what that one job is. Veronica, do you know what your one job is every day as a real estate agent? I didn't mean to put you on the point. Do you know what that is?
Talking to everyone.
I like the way you think, baby. I'm down with you. So my job every single day is to meet new people daily. There you go. So yes, we agree. Meet new people daily. Talk to everyone you can. I love it. Yes, you're absolutely correct. 152%. Right. So if your job is to meet new people daily, why the hell are we doing flyers? Why the hell are we doing QR readers? Why the hell are like all of this other stuff? We complicate our lives. Our job is to meet new people daily. And if you can make it more efficient meeting new people, that's fine. If you can make it more effective meeting new people, that's fine. I tell you, the most effective way to meet new people daily is to just follow a script, right? We tend to follow a script when we take on a job, right? When we go work at McDonald's or Wendy's, hi, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you today? That's a freaking script. You're meeting new people daily, right? So as a realtor, what I'm asking you to do is to just elevate the conversation to meeting new people and being open and receptive to what they might need. Is that fair enough? That's a skill-free environment. You don't have to have any fear around it. You don't have to be a realtor for more than 3 seconds to have more tools than the average person and just find out what they might need, okay? Let's do one more housekeeping question. I got one more housekeeping question. I'm gonna ask my man, Sean. Sean, let me ask you this question. If today, right this second, right this moment in the universe, Elon Musk clicked on one of your listings. Elon Musk clicked on one of your, I don't want to know about politics. I don't want to know about your leanings or anything like that. If Elon Musk clicked on one of your listings, would you do everything humanly possible to help him get a property?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, 100%. You go well above and beyond. You do all kinds of stuff. You'd even take risks. You'd even go down paths that you were not necessarily sure of in order to get him a property, right?
Yes, sir.
Why won't you do it for your friends and family?
Makes sense.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so we're going to talk today. Thank you, Sean, for participating. We're going to talk today about how to generate a deal a day without spending any money, right? We're not going to spend any money to do this. We're not going to rely on some strange and beautiful and wonderful app to do this. We're not going to go to the shiny new object. We're not going to go to some program that some guy said that, you know, yeah, never make another call again and What we're going to do is we're going to act as if, so I want you to write this down. I'm going to act as if, write this down. I'm going to act as if I opened a bakery. I'm going to act as if I opened a bakery. Now, Bob, I am a fat dude. I love my bakery. Okay. I like my donuts. I like my croissants. I like all baked goods. Put some syrup on it, put some honey on it, put some cake on it. I don't give a crap. It's all good to me. Right. I especially like Apple products. You make an apple turnover, apple pie, apple cobbler. I don't give a crap. I love it. I'll eat it. Right. Yeah. Me and John, we're together on that. Right. If you opened a bakery, so here's a question for you, all you business people. If you opened a bakery today, would you have opened the bakery to run the cash register? I got everybody shaking their head. No, I'm not opening the bakery to run the cash register. As a matter of fact, a lot of you altruistic MFs would be like, I wouldn't even do it for the money. Ha ha. I do it for the love of baking and such and la, la, la. A lot of folks got into real estate, right? Watch this. You get into real estate and they're like, I'm a people person. I'm going to provide the best service in the world. Of course you are. You better do that because you're in the service industry. You can't open a real estate business and be like, I'm going to provide shitty service, right? So that's a given, right? You didn't open this bakery to work the cash register. You opened it to bake, to create, to make your baked goods, to provide it to the world. If you opened a bakery today, who are the first people that you would invite to taste your donuts? Would it be strangers? Everybody's like, no, it would be their friends and family. You'd invite them to the grand opening and be like, taste my donuts, and then take them out into the world and share them with people so that they can come and eat my donuts. Ladies and gentlemen, so this is going to be the first activity that I'm going to present to you all. This is something that you can do today. It will generate a deal by the end of the week. Oh my God, today is the end of the week. It will generate a deal today. Something is going to start today if you do this. The more people you contact, the more likely it is the deal will happen today. Okay, you ready? I am going to open up my text messages. I'm going to send this out to as many of my friends and family as possible, right? This is the premise. I've opened a bakery. I'm going to invite them to take my goods. I've opened a real estate agency. I'm going to invite them to experience my goods. Does that make sense, y'all? Right? So I'm going to send this message out. It says, hey, I am going to help a bunch of strangers this year. Hey, and if you put the 3 little dots, it's even more effective because they know you're taking a pause, right? Hey, I'm going to help a bunch of strangers this year. It's insane if I don't offer you the same service. Hey, I'm going to help a bunch of strangers this year. It's insane if I don't offer you the same service. Hit send. Don't send it as a group text. Don't put your name on it. Don't put their name on it. Brian, if you got to put their name on the text to them, there's a problem there that's much bigger than the real estate industry, okay? Right? So I'm gonna, hopefully I'm entertaining, but I'm not here to entertain you, okay? So this is the deal. You're gonna send this out. Angie, I know you're gonna want to put your name on it. This is Angie. I'm gonna help you. This and that. Listen to me very carefully. I want to create engagement. Do you understand me? So the number one question that I get in response, the number one contact that I get in response is, who's this? Okay, that's the number one question I get. That is the most beautiful question I can get because I know that I'm not doing enough to communicate with them. I'm not presenting myself as an agent enough to them. I'm not in their life enough. So now I know that everyone that responds, who's this, is on the other end of the phone. There's a human being there, and I need to communicate with them more. Write that down. I need to communicate with them more. The second biggest question I get in response, you ready for this, Bob? Did you mean to send this to me? Right? So understand this, that these are the people in your life that are closest to you, that want you to win, They want to support you, but they don't know how. They don't know how to support you. You're about to educate them. You're about to teach them how to support you in support of them. All right. So the message is simple. You're gonna say, hey, ... I'm gonna help a bunch of strangers with their real estate this year. It's insane if I don't offer you the same level of service. So the next text that you're gonna send them is, ready? Why don't we see how much house you could buy if you wanted to buy a house? Why don't we see how much house you can buy if you wanted to buy a house? Brian, you're gonna send that message out. It's gonna go out. Now, Veronica says to me, all of my friends are rich. They all own their house already. That's not the point. This is not the point of this exercise to try to define who's already in their home and this and that. What the point is to get engagement. If I was to send that to somebody that already owns their dream home, they're saying, but I'm already in my dream home. I'm already in my dream home, Sean. I don't need to know how much house I can buy because I've already bought it. And then I would say, I'm going to help a bunch of people with their investments. Why don't we see what else you can get? Does that make sense, Sean? Question so far.
Pat, say that again. Why don't we see how much house you can buy? Is that what it is?
Yes. So why don't we see how much house you can buy if you wanted to buy a house? So that if is important, right? Because there's an objection there. I already have a house, or I'm not ready, or I'm in a rental, et cetera, right? So there's an objection there that I'm speaking to predictably. Does that make sense, y'all?
Yep. Perfect.
Great. Third text in this string. So this is a string, right? This is the third text in the string. Ready? Veronica, this is the beautiful part. This is the part where your allies are going to love you for this, right? I'm going to have my lender reach out and see what we can do. I'm going to have my lender reach out and see what we can do. Period. Send. Now, Brian, it's up to you to have a lender that's going to be ballsy enough to actually reach out to your friends. Okay. So what we have in our pocket is timer, 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 right? Time, information, money, energy, and relationships. Those are our resources, timer. I'm not going to ask you to write that down now. I will say this over and over again. You'll hear me say this as long as you know me, et cetera, et cetera. You say, oh yeah, that's part of my timer, right? Because I'm sharing resources with my friends, my family, my clients, my customers, my prospects. One of the things that I share in my timer is relationships. So this does not work without positive relationships, right? So Angie, along the way, you've got to meet lenders that are willing to activate your downline. They've got to be willing to activate your friends list. They got to be willing to activate your clients list by reaching out to them instead of waiting for them to reach out to them. Does that make sense? Yes, y'all. All right, we're going to put a deal together today. All right, so Pat, I sent out a text message that says, hey, I'm going to help a bunch of strangers with their real estate this year. It's insane that I don't help you with yours. I then send them another message. Why don't we see how much house you can buy if you want to buy a house? Then I say, I'm going to have my lender reach out to you. Now, here's the prediction. Realtors on this call are going to think negatively about this activity, right? I haven't spoken to them in years. I don't have a large enough friends list that, So here's the prediction. I sent out that message every day for the last 10 years. I do between 15 to 24 deals a year straight out of my phone for no cost. You can choose to ignore it if you want, but how much is your business costing you now? And how much business are you doing?
Powerful. Guys, listen up. Do you hear that? That's huge. Free leads.
It's just free leads. So I'm going to present permission to coach, Pat, permission to coach at the highest level possible. You ready? Yep. I know you're spending too much to do lead gen. 100% of you are spending too much of your timer to do lead gen. Okay? Lead gen, as far as the marketplace is concerned, You ready for this, TK group? Right? Lead gen as far as the marketplace, meaning Zillow and Trulia and all of these other places that are selling you leads either through referrals or through front end, the op city and all of that other stuff. All of that, listen to me carefully, don't shoot the messenger, should be in supplement to the lead gen that is already inside of your phone. So when I talk about spending, I talk about doing 300 transactions a year. One of my metrics when I'm talking about doing 300 transactions a year is how much did those leads cost me? Okay, how much did those leads cost me? So I have a leading indicator. I make 200 contacts a day. I'll say it again, 200 contacts a day. I set 6 appointments from those 200 contacts I do a day. And then Zillow, Trulia, OpCity, whatever, might present me with 5 new lead opportunities a week. A lot of us are relying on OpCity, Zillow, et cetera, for our lead opportunities. Here is a statistical reality. Brian, you're not going to like this. Don't shoot the messenger. You look like a guy that can handle himself. I don't want no smoke. Okay, you ready? 90%, 90, write this down. 90%, 90% of all contacts made are no. They cannot use your services. I don't care how much you spend on the list. I don't care how well that list is curated. I don't care what program you put it in. I don't care how pretty the spreadsheet is that they're all in, et cetera, to call it candy coded. I don't care if it's all your aunties and uncles and grandmas and grandpas on that list. 90% of the list is no. They cannot use your services. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to support this, okay? 30% won't answer, won't respond, or will have a negative response for you. Go bleep, they beatbox, right? All of that, right? 30%, check this out, already bought the house, already sold the house, already had the kid, already got married, already got divorced. They already did the deed. So I want you to write this next to them. Right person, wrong time. Right person, wrong time. We won't make that mistake again. Okay, right person, wrong time. So check this out. The next 30% that is no, write this down, sounds like yes. They sound like yes. They click on a link. They want to see properties. They don't necessarily want to talk to a lender yet, but they know that they can do it, et cetera, blah, 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 blah. And you run around showing them properties because you are this service-based agent that's going to provide great service to Elon Musk, et cetera, You're going to go crazy. And we won't pre-qualify Elon Musk, will we? Because he's the richest guy in the world. So I'm not going to put him through a pre-qualifying process. Thank you, John. Right? Check this out. That 30% that sounds like no, listen to me carefully. Don't shoot the messenger. You should say no to. So you're 90% no, 30% won't answer, 30% right person, wrong time, can't use your services, and 30% you should be saying no to. They don't meet your minimum standards. This is the toughest part for us. I know it sounds like gold. I know it sounds like, Elon Musk clicked on my link. Oh my God, I'm going to cancel all my other shit that I'm doing so that I can show Elon Musk a property. Turns out he just wanted to look. He could have looked at it from a damn helicopter. I want you to write this concept down. Ready? This is something that took forever to knock into this big ass brain of mine. Ready? Give the people what they want, not what you think they need. Give the people what they want, not what you think they need. What do they want? They want to see properties. What do you think they need? A realtor. Right? Give the people what they want, not what you think they need. That's the equation, by the way, that Zillow figured out, and that's why they're so popular. You don't have to pre-qualify to look at properties on Zillow. You don't have to pre-qualify to go out with an agent that Zillow refers to them. As a matter of fact, Zillow restricts you from getting them pre-qualified before you go out and seeing the property, showing properties, right? So the brain cracks open and says, you know what? I keep running uphill. Why don't I just kind of go with the flow? Veronica, I promise to answer that question for you. I promise to answer that question for you. I don't believe in showing. So let me preface this by saying I only work with the most motivated buyers and sellers in the market. Right? I only work with the most motivated buyers and sellers in the market. So it's going to run up against conventional thinking, right? When I say give the people what they want, not what you think they need. We just have to figure out where the Venn diagram of that is, right? The overlap of that is. Okay, does that make sense, y'all? All right. 10% is what we're left with after 90% no. You ready? Here we go. 7% not yet. 7% not yet. I want you to put an asterisk next to that and say sweet. Because that is the sweet spot, baby. That is 2 years of consistent business. That is where your whole pipeline is going to be generated from that 7% not yet. Because the 1 to 3% that's left over, that is yes. Media, you're going to love me when I say this. Those people are insane. The people that wait for you to call them to get their real estate deal started today, right, Veronica, right? So, I need to buy a house this week. Those people are freaking insane. You're going to help them. I know you're going to help them because Sean just told me that if Elon Musk clicked on the link, he would go crazy to make sure that he helps them, right? So those 1 to 3% that you get on the line that are insane, that waited to the last minute, they are unreasonable, but you're going to help them anyway. Guess what? That's today's money. Today's money is fleeting. You want a nice, consistent business. I'm going to talk to you about a deal a day, about today's money, but I'm going to build your business so that it's ironclad forever and ever. All right, ready? Here we go. Inside your phone, today, there is one person that is thinking of moving that needs your help. They're not going to reach out to you. They're not going to call you. It could be your sister, Angie. They're not going to call you. They're not going to say, hey, I need your help. I know you're in the real estate game, et cetera, et cetera. So this is what you're going to do. Ready, Bob? This is what you're going to do. You are going to create a campaign. You're going to create a campaign of daily activities that they can do. Right? Here's your campaign. You ready? This is insane. This is absolutely insane. I just found out the average tenant is more qualified for a loan than the average investor. This is a campaign. So this is not just text. This is telephone. This is live broadcast. This is social media posts, whatever. This is a campaign. This is the first step in a campaign that'll put together a deal today if you follow it correctly. You ready? So Veronica gets on her Facebook page. She does a video that says, yo, I just found out that the average tenant is more qualified than the average landlord to get a mortgage. Is that insane? Comment below. This is what you're going to ask them to do. Either respond if it's a text message. If it's a telephone call, obviously you're talking with them back and forth. If it's a post, you're going to tell them to comment below. This is, Bob, I'm telling you now, you're going to break the internet with this. Comment below with your rent, or don't say the rent, because that could actually be a little touchy. You don't want to get that. Comment below with the size and scope of your property, and I will find 3 properties where you could pay the same amount or less than your rent in mortgage. Does that make sense? So Sean, you're going to put the challenge out. Right now, comment below, right? So imagine I'm doing a live video on Facebook, right? Or on Instagram. And I'm like, yo, this is insane. My brain broke open. My coach just kind of pointed out to me. I was talking to a lender. I was talking to my team leader, and he kind of pointed out to me that the average tenant is more qualified for a loan than the average landlord is. That's insane. If you just comment below the size of your apartment, general vicinity, I can find you 3 properties where you pay the same or less in mortgage than you're paying in rent. Challenge me. There you go. There you go. Brian says, comment below if you want to know how to get out of the rent. All right. So wait. So Brian, the only thing that I'm going to say is every agent would say that, right? I'm going to differentiate myself and just say, I want them to challenge me. I want them to use their real estate resource, right? I don't want to, right? Because I don't want to make them wrong, right? I want to challenge them, challenge me, Brian, to find you 3 properties. I bet you I can find 3 properties that you're paying the same or less in mortgage than you are in rent. John, here's the funny part. You got to lose a little bit. You got to be just a little bit dumber. All right. You got to lose a little bit. Oh my God. Angie presented me with a winner. I can't find anything less than $700. Can't you find a $700 apartment? You want engagement. Okay. You want engagement. Then you're going to show them, results, et cetera, blah, 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 blah. Every single person, this is the moneymaker. You ready? Every single person that likes or comments on your video, drop into their DMs. Do you understand? Drop into their DMs. I'm going to keep looking for you until we hit gold, et cetera, et cetera. Here's the question. Bob, check this out. Bob, you nice and comfortable in your house right now? Yes, he's shaking yes. Is there anything that could cause you to move? He's like, I don't know. Yeah, he's like, sure, okay. If you were to move, what would you be looking for? Go ahead and unmute for me, bro. I'm gonna talk directly to you, Bob Hayes. Can you unmute for me, or is it too loud behind you in the tropical rainforest there? I don't want to skip over you, Bob. All right, if you can't, all right, there he goes.
Okay, I'm
all right. So, Bob, man, I'm assuming you're happy where you are, right?
right.
All right. Now, is there anything that could cause you to move?
Well, no doubt there is.
Okay. All right. Well, you haven't even thought of it yet, right? I mean, like, there's nothing. Hey, if we were to take this exact same house and put it anywhere else on the planet, where would you want to be?
On the water.
On the water. So you'd rather, if you could take this at your home and it would go to a 12. It's a 10 now. It would go to a 12 if you were on the water.
Right.
Bob, if I find a property like that on the water, would you be interested in putting an offer on it?
Absolutely.
I just got a possible listing and a possible sale and a possible listing, y'all. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's huge.
So if I'm engaging with my own friends list and I'm not assuming that they're not going to move, I'm asking questions. I'm making it about them, not about me. Right? I just engaged my friend Bob, who's very happy and comfortable in his house. No one is thinking he's going to move. He's probably turned down offers on the place, et cetera, blah, 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 blah. I just found out that if I took his house and put it on the beach, he would put an offer on it in a heartbeat. Right? How many of those are in your phone right now? So here's one more text message, call, engagement post that we're going to be. If I could take your house and put it anywhere else on the planet, where would you want it to be? Comment below. They're going to say some outrageous thing. Remember, 90% no, y'all. So 90% of the responses that you're going to get are going to be outrageous. They're not going to be able to move. They're not going to be able to do that. Somebody said, if you could take my house and put it on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, then I'd move there. Like, right? So there's going to be a bunch of, don't get discouraged by their projected resistance to this idea. I want you to write this down. Adult humans are the most ignorant people on the planet. Adult humans are the most ignorant people on the planet. If we could go back to 4th grade, we would find more intelligence. If we could go back to 4th grade, we would find more intelligence. Let's see, I'm an old man, so it was a long time since 4th grade for me, right? Sean, do you remember in 4th grade, there was a game that you guys used to play when a car drove by, you call it, that's my car. I called it. You remember that game?
Yeah.
I called it. Brian, me and you were a little younger. We might even walk up and lick our finger and put it on the car, right? And call it, right? That's mine. I called it, right? The fourth grade brain is the most, it's the most divergent brain in the world. It doesn't make sense. It moves on emotions. Guess how we make purchases, y'all? By emotions. We make purchases by emotions. We then back it up with logic. What I just did with Bob was I locked it. I did what is called emotional discovery. So this is a technique that is absolutely powerful. You can use it 100% of the time. It doesn't take any skill. It doesn't take any extra layer of skin or anything like that. All I'm going to do is attach emotion to the questions that I'm asking. John, do you love the house that you're in? Yes, I love the house that I'm in. Is there anything that could cause you to move? I don't think so. I mean, I guess, maybe, I don't know. Hey, John, man, if we could take this exact same house and put it anywhere else on the planet, where would you want it to be? Oh, well, if you called it, right? Like, right? So now we've got a line of questioning that leads to a shopping list. Ready for this? So check this out. It's 300 deals a year. Of all of the deals that I do, less than 2% come from the MLS. I said it. I said it. Less than 2% of my deals come from the MLS. So Veronica, you don't even have to have money to do these deals, right? Like I'm Black, rich, and spoiled, y'all. So I do a lot of stuff, after the income, but I do stuff based on revenue, not based on spending money to make money. I invest, sure, but I invest more of my time, my information. I do invest some money. I invest a lot of energy and all of my relationships. Okay, y'all. So I'm giving this to you all from the 0 to 60 perspective that you can do this from your own phone and your own friends list. It does not need to cost you money. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to give you a pattern that's going to put together a deal a day for y'all. You ready? The beginning of the day, every single day, I ask myself, who are the top 3 people that I need to be talking to today? So I make 200 contacts and focus on 3. You hear my language? So who are the top 3 people I need to speak to? Buyer, seller, investor, renter, commercial, whatever. Who are the top 3 people I need to speak to today? Second question, Sean, you ready? Write this down, y'all. What do they want? What do they want? Bob wants to stay in his home. Bob would love to be near the beach. That gives me a shopping list, y'all. Does that make sense? And then the last question on this list, and this is the most important, you're going to put stars and rainbows and blue diamonds and all the lucky charms around this question. You ready? How do I help them write a contract today? How do I help them write a contract today? How do I help them write a contract today? A contract could be a pre-approval, a contract could be a lease, a contract could be an offer to purchase, a contract could be a listing appointment. How do I help them write a contract today? Letter of intent. If you ask these 3 questions, who are the top 3 people I need to be talking to? I need to be talking to Sean, John, and Angie, right? Because they're all looking for a second home, or they're all looking for an investment property, or they are looking for their first home, or they're all looking in this area, or whatever, et cetera, et cetera. And how do I help them write a contract? Well, damn it, if I can just show them the value of this versus that, or if I could show them their ability versus that, or if I could show them how, I'm sorry, go ahead, say that. Okay, all right. So if I could do this, then they will do that, right?
The fuck they want me to come down there for?
Angie P, I'm gonna mute you. I think that was you. All right. That's my girl, Angie P. She is down there in Georgia. She was doing so much real estate that she then had a blowout in her tire while she was on her way to a listing presentation. I bet you she still took that listing though. Angie P is the bomb. All right. So who are my top 3 prospects? What do they need? What do they want? And how do I help them write a contract today? Let's go, y'all. All right, Pat, I'm going to challenge my top producer in this world, right? I'm going to challenge this guy to not be rich right now. I'm going to challenge this guy to start his business again right now. So I'm going to coach him from a brand new perspective, y'all. And I'm telling you right now, he probably forgot about this business. He's probably forgotten about this business. This is going to be something that he's not thought of. This is going to be something that can today make you all some money. So Pat, let me ask you this question. If I had three people that I was talking to, and all of them were looking for properties in various places, looking on the water, et cetera, blah, 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 blah. Do you think, and this is a think, y'all, Pat is like, what the fuck is he going to ask me, right? Do you think
I'm nervous.
that any of the lenders that you work with have done refinances on the properties that Bob might want to buy or Veronica might want to buy or that? So
Yes.
yes, sir,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep.
Now, let me ask you this. How much is that list going to cost them to give you?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Are the realtors attached to that list that they're going to run afoul of? No. So what I'm going to ask, ready? You ready, set?
Yep.
This is how I did it. So Brian, I got my top 3 questions. Who, what, and how, right? Who do I need to talk to? What are they looking for? And how do I help them write a contract, right? What are they looking for is my shopping list. I go to my lender. Pat, let's pretend like you're my lender right now, really quickly, because Pat is going to be able to say, he's going to be able to talk like every lender that ever talks to us in the world as top producers. This is exactly how hey, Pat, it's Sekou. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Hey, you know how you keep asking me to send you deals, send you
Yes.
leads and stuff like that? Do me a
Yes.
favor. Do me a favor. I want to send you a ton of leads, right?
Okay.
But I need something from you first.
Sure.
All
Well,
right.
yeah.
I need a list of everybody that refinanced in 2020 over in the Marina Del Rey section or in the such and such sections of Texas or such and such section of Louisiana. Can you get that to me, Mer?
Easy. Yeah. Give me an hour. I'll get it over to you.
All right. I'll look for it in 30 minutes. Okay.
Yep.
So this is what you're going to ask for. I'm trying to wrap this so that you guys can ask me questions.
Yep.
and really get a lot out of this. I'm going to ask my lender for 2 different things. I'm going to ask my lender for everyone that refinanced a home 2020, 2021. What up, Valeria? Is that how you say that? Valeria, there you go. Right? So in San Antonio, if they refinance their home in 2020 for whatever reason, do you think they've already used that money by 2023, 2024?
I would think so.
Yeah. And so now the only way to get equity out of their property is what?
They got to
Sell.
sell.
So 2020, 2021, they refinanced the house for whatever reason. Maybe it was the pandemic. I don't know. It's 2023, 2024. Do you think they might like to hear an offer on their place? So the second list that I'm going to ask from my lenders is everybody that got turned down for a loan in 2020, 2021. Be it refinance or a buyer. Guarantee you nobody's talking to them. So out of my list of buyers and sellers, right? Out of my list of buyers and sellers, is it possible if I talk to enough people that I could put a deal together today?
Yep.
Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat on the lender you're talking to. Wash, rinse, repeat on the list you're working from. Wash, rinse, repeat on the people that you're in contact with. Make a commitment to make X amount of contacts a day. 200 is insane, but I do it anyway, right? Any living, breathing adult human I talk to is a contact, right? I don't count kids. I don't count robots. I don't count pets, okay? Right? So the answer to the question is no, answering machines don't count for me. No, I don't leave messages unless they're pre-recorded. No, if I get somebody on the phone and they're like, mommy's not here. No, that doesn't count for a contact. I speak English and bad English. So if I get somebody on the phone that's speaking Russian or Provost or Ukrainian, doesn't count for me because we can't communicate a deal, right? I'll refer that out. Veronica, 200 contacts means that I have to go outside of my market most of the time in order to make my numbers. So real estate isn't local for me unless local means the planet. Okay, so last 3 seconds of this, do you guys get good stuff out of this so far?
Yes.
So
Oh, yeah.
what I'm going to say is every deal I do, everywhere I go, I do the 10-10-20. This allows me to stay the hell away from the MLS. The 10-10-20 is a simple process, Valeria, that says if 123 Main Street is on the market, there's another 2 properties in that area that's going to sell soon, right? I just get out ahead of it and call them before they think about selling. So I call the 10 properties to the left of 123 Main, the 10 properties to the right of 123 Main, and the 20 properties across the street from 123 Main. And I present them with whatever opportunities that I was about to present to 123 Main. So the way it goes is like this. Hey, Pat, man, it's Sekou. They just listed the property over there at 123 Main, and we're about to go see it, maybe even put an offer on it. We love the neighborhood so much. Before we put an offer on 123 Main, I was wondering, would the offer work for you as well?
Yeah, let's talk.
Do that over and over again, right? So 10-10-20, that means that there's 40 other people on that block that's about to hear that offer that I was about to put in on 123 Main.
Powerful.
Okay, so I gave you probably about 3 or 4 different ways that I literally put a deal together every day. This is the one premise that I want you to understand from me. So this is how this brings this all together. I don't take a single meeting ever without asking for a contract. I don't take a single meeting without. This is a meeting. I'm going to ask you guys for a contract at the end. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't take a single meeting without asking for a contract because I know that 90% of every single list, every single contact list is going to be no. And so because I know that, what up, Lou? Because I know that, I take my chances in every single situation. Go ahead, Lou.
Hey, what's up, brother? How's everybody up here doing? Sekou, now that we're talking about the 10-10 rule, can you give us a quick little run exactly when it falls in with the 10-10 rule with reverse prospecting when you actually sell something on there, brother?
No problem. No problem. Thank you. Great question. So Lou, let me give you a little background. Lou and his wife are a team that are crushing it in real estate. They do posts every 15 minutes. They're on my downline. They do posts every 15 minutes where they say this. This is almost exactly the post, and he could correct me if I'm wrong. We've got another one. Another one for sale. Another one. They came from rentals. They made the decision to break out of rentals into sales, and they are a dynamic team. This is the question that he asked. He asked, what is the breakdown? What is the formula around the 10-10-20, especially around reverse prospecting around your listing that you've just taken or just sold? This is exactly what I say. This is my script. Hey, my name is Sekou. We just sold the property over at 123 Main Street. We have 5 offers left over. I'm wondering if one of these offers would work for you.
Wow.
Okay. Even, check this out, Bob, even if those offers are from other agents, they're not even my offers, right? So I'm going to the community. I'm like, I'm going to go to the 10-10-20. I'm a little wilder. I do actually a 5-block radius, but 10-10-20 sounds prettier than a 5-block radius, right? So I go to the 10-10-20 and I present them with the other offers that I got on my listing property. Does that make sense? It also works. Let's say, Angie, you do an open house. It's not even your property. You do Pat's open house. Let's just say Pat has a listing over on the corner of 123 Main, and you are an agent. You're a brand new agent. You haven't done any real estate before. You went and you did that open house for Pat. You could do the 10-10-20. We just had an open house. The place was packed. You know, Pat is already negotiating offers. Don't worry. If your people wanted to put an offer and didn't get a chance to, there'll be another one for sale soon in the area. But only one of those people, John, I'll explain to you the difference between what I'm doing and door knocking in a minute, but only one of those people can win that house. So I'm wondering, with the offers left over, would you like to hear one of those offers? You don't have to be the listing agent. You don't have to have an extra set of skills. You don't have to have wings. You don't have to have a special sword or shield. All you're doing is approaching people who own a house and asking them if they're willing to hear an offer on the house. Guess what happens when they hear an offer on the house? They got to sell a house. They got to move. You then turn them into a buyer. And then so on and so on and so forth and so forth and so forth and so forth. The question was, hold on, let me just read that question again.
On the 10, 10, 20, you are door knocking, correct?
So in the past, if I have time, John, I will door knock. I, however, do 300 deals a year. I do not have time to door knock. So I drop those numbers into a neighborhood search. I use Mojo and do the neighborhood tool and draw a circle around it. And it's highly effective for me. Highly, highly effective for me. But if I have the time, if I'm not doing a bunch of deals, if I have the time, you better believe I'm not knocking on the damn doors. Okay. Are you doing it alone? 200 contacts, 10, 10, 20 posts on Facebook. How do you set up the system? Oh, wait, right? Are you doing it all alone? So Veronica, the answer is both yes and no. Okay. I don't do any admin work. I've leveraged my admin work out. Yes, I am doing it alone because I don't believe in leveraging my main thing. My main thing is meet new people daily. So I can't have an admin do that. I can't have an ISA do that. I can't have an assistant do that. I've got to meet new people daily. However, the follow-up is all my system then. There are people there that, so my lenders are part of my system and follow-up. So I'm not doing it alone there, right? So the lender has to reach out to my lead, et cetera, et cetera. The agents, I have showing assistants, I have buyer's agents, I have other listing agents, I have referral agents. So Veronica, whatever market you're in, I don't limit myself to my own market. I might call for sale by owners in your market and I'm not going there. I'll set the appointment and be like, hey, Veronica, you got some time to run over? Would you give me 30%? So does that make sense? And then how do you set up this system? So Veronica asked a really, really powerful question. And I want you to understand that this is exactly how I tell my coaching clients. I want you to take it manually until you cannot possibly do it manually anymore. So lead gen, I use a system. I use a triple line dialer. But my first thing is, how many dials can I do myself before I start spending money for the triple line dial? Does that make sense? So I can maximize my effectiveness. Go ahead, Lou. You got a question?
Yeah, say I have true testimony on what you're saying. So I had an open house, 69 Sycamore Road, Country Village. List price was $640. It's a 2-family with a bonus. I took Sekou system. Saturday, we had an open house. 22 families showed up. Sunday, I had like about 36 families show up. It's a double lot. Property taxes are $6,700 a year. We're under contract for $690,000.
Woo!
Let's go, baby.
So all these offers that I got, guess what I did? 10, 10, 20. And I had the physical contracts in my hand so that I can show these property owners, say, I don't want to sell. Well, let me give you some actual contracts on my open house because I called highest and best by Monday by noon. How about if I take some of these offers, redirect that traffic towards your home? Is that something that would make sense to you? Who the hell's going to say no to that?
Yep. Love it. Woo!
The house is going to comp out, which means the property that I'm door knocking at, we're going to get comped out as well. We're going to appraise. Let's get you sold. And on top of that, where do you want to go? Well, I want to go to Florida. Got it. Let me find you an EXP agent in Florida that is going to work with you. And now you got a referral. So now you got 2 transactions out of the deal.
Let's go, baby. That's why
the formula is simple. It's a no-brainer. People don't make sense. Numbers make a hell lot of sense. That's all for me.
Love it, man. Congrats. Woo! All right, guys. Well, hey, we are a little over the top of the hour, 1 minute off the top of the hour. What do you guys think? That was fire, right? Wow, Sekou is the man.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. That was awesome. Any questions? Any last minute questions for Sekou? I think I love it. I love it. I think I saw one come in here real quick. Let's see. What was that one? What were the words you had for each letter in timer?
I sent it back. I might not have sent it to the right person. Hold on 1 second. Yes, I did. So it's time, information, money, energy, and relationships.
There we go.
Time, information, money, energy, and relationships.
Love it. Woo! That is
Thank
awesome.
you. Pat, I had a ball with you guys.
Man,
I had a
hey.
ball with you guys.
I love it, man. I knew you were going to freaking bring the nuggets and drop the bombs, man. This call was fire. I love it, guys. Yes, this is being recorded, and I'll definitely get this out to you guys. And wow, Sekou, man, this was amazing, man. This is awesome. Who wants to go sell more real estate, right? Who's going to take action and go sell more real estate, right? He gave you guys the tools. He gave you guys the nuggets. You got to go now implement, right? Implement and go take action and go sell some real estate, man. Guys, this is easy. Free leads. He's not saying go spend $10,000 on Zillow and Realtor.com to go get leads. Free leads. Get out of your get out of your comfort zone. Take those, man. I took 3 pages of notes right here. 3 pages of notes. Take 3 pages of notes. Go and implement this, right? As Tony Jerry says, one of my other coaches, Tony Jerry, don't be a squatter. Don't be a squatter, right? Don't learn all this stuff and do squat about it, right? Don't be a squatter. Go out there and take action, massive action, man. I'm doing an open house this Sunday. I'm going to freaking get out there 2 hours early, go knock on the doors and let everybody know what's happening, right? Right. And this is for another EXP agent, one of his brand new listings that he just remodeled the house, $1.7 million house. Do I want to bring a buyer? Heck yes. He's paying 3%, baby. He's paying 3%.
Hey Pat, here's fire. Here's real quick the script for that 1.7 million. Right?
Yeah.
Call up the neighbors. Don't knock on the door. Call up the neighbors, right? Call them all and be like, hey, thank you for letting us into your community to do this open house.
Love it.
Thank you for letting us into your community for doing this open house. If there's anyone that you know that's been dying to get into this community, send them through. I'll take care of you. No worries.
Love it. Love it, guys. And I'm definitely going to do that. Love it. Love it. All right. Hey, Sekou. All right. So we still have 56 on. I think we had like 70 on at once. If they have any questions for you, don't bring it back to me, guys. Take it to Sekou. Sekou, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
So send me a text message. 100% of text message I respond to. 646-285-7388. 646.
Yep.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna try.
Yeah. No, I'm doing it real quick for you. Yes.
646-285-7388. Send me a text message. Here's a special offer. I told you I wasn't gonna get off of this call without asking for a freaking contract. Here's a special offer. I charge $1,600 a month to coach with me one-on-one. I am offering everyone on this call 90 days of coaching for $300 a month. So $3,600, So everyone, but you got to, if you text me, you got to say Pat Hayes in the text. You got to say Pat Hayes in the text. It won't work if you don't do it. And Pat, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give them the world in those 90 days. I'm going to earn their business for the rest of their lives. In those 90
I love it. Hey guys, Sekou is my coach, right? He is my coach. I've hired him. He is my coach. I want him to help me grow as well too, right? And so I wanted him to come on and drop some free nuggets for you guys. This is going to be huge. But if you want to take your business to the next level, you've got to implement, right? You got to implement. And you got to get a coach, man. You got to get a coach, right? You can't do this by yourself. You know, yeah, you might be able to sell maybe 5 to 10 houses by yourself, just kind of doing some of the stuff that he's recommending. But if you want to sell 30 or 50 or 300 houses, you got to have a freaking coach to coach you, right? I got a health coach. I've got a real estate coach, right? You got to have coaches to motivate you, to push you, to get you to the next level, right? How bad do you want it? I want it bad. Hey, I make 6 figures a month in revenue share, but I still want to sell a bunch of houses, right? I still want to sell houses. I love selling houses. I love real estate. I just got a contract last night on one of my spec houses for $1.3 million cash, right?
So Pat, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you, Pat, because I think they should know this about you. So Pat made 6 figures a month in rev share. Do you know the first question that he asked me? How can I get my agents to produce? How can I change their lives? How can I help them to make money? This is why I coach with him, right? This is why we're connected. This is what happened on that other call. He did not ask me about how to make more money himself. He asked me how I can help my agents on my downline to have great lives and to do production, et cetera, et cetera. I told him, I got you.
Yep.
I specialize.
Yeah, this is not about me, man. This is about you guys. This is about you guys. But I am coaching one-on-one with Sekou. He is my coach. But this is about you guys. Guys, I want to help you sell more real estate, right? If we sell more real estate, the company grows, right? We all win. The stock grows, right? We all own stock. We're all shareholders, right? We want that stock to go up, right? Right? We're in a tough time. We have to surround ourselves by the experts that have done it and can share their knowledge and wisdom and motivate us to go to the next level. And so that's why I wanted to invite him to the call today. Dude, you crushed it, Sekou. I love you, man.
I hope I stayed up for you all. Anything
Powerful,
I can
man.
do is all yours. I love y'all. I'm out. Later.
Love you guys. All right, guys. Happy Friday. Have a good Friday. We'll see you back here next Friday. God bless. Love you guys.